Have you ever wondered why some religious leaders hold more power than presidents? Maybe you've heard the term Ayatollah, but never truly understood what it means, or why it carries so much weight in countries like Iran. In this video, you're going to discover who the Ayatollahs really are, why their title is so powerful, and how a single religious figure can hold control over an entire country. Politics, religion, military, everything. If you love digging deeper into headlines, understanding what fuels real power behind the scenes, and why some leaders seem untouchable, you're in the right place. So get ready, because what you're about to learn might just change how you see power, faith, and leadership. What does Ayatollah mean? The word Ayatollah comes from Arabic and literally means sign of God. Sounds beautiful, right? But also weighty. This isn't a title earned through popular vote or a fancy university diploma. It's a recognition, almost a spiritual coronation among the living. In Shia Islam, especially in the Twelver branch, an Ayatollah is a scholar of the highest level. We're not just talking about someone who knows religion. We're talking about someone who embodies it. They're like a living compass for millions of believers. Who becomes an Ayatollah? To become an Ayatollah, knowledge alone isn't enough. You also need to be recognized as just, wise, and preferably a direct descendant of the Prophet Muhammad. Yes, really, lineage matters. Ayatollahs who are descendants of the Prophet are called Sayyid and usually wear black turbans, a symbol of that sacred bloodline. Clerics who aren't descendants? They can still become Ayatollahs, but the road is longer, harder, and even then, the top positions may remain out of reach. Because in Shia communities, knowledge and blood walk hand in hand. The religious role of the Ayatollah. In Shia faith, the Ayatollah isn't just a teacher. He's a source of emulation, someone to follow in daily life, from ethical decisions to legal matters and everything in between. He interprets Islamic law, answers complex spiritual questions, and often defines what is right or wrong for entire communities. And not just anyone earns that title. It's granted by other Ayatollahs or senior clerics, a closed circle recognizing one of their own. Think of it as the spiritual elite. Ayatollahs in power, the case of Iran. Now here's the twist. In Iran, an Ayatollah isn't just a religious figure. He's the supreme leader of the country, literally. Since the Islamic Revolution of 1979, Iran has been governed as a theocracy, where the Ayatollah holds ultimate authority over everything: the military, politics, law, and even international affairs. He has power over all three branches of government, can veto laws, oversee elections, and shape foreign policy. It's like if the Pope were also the president, the Supreme Court, and commander of the armed forces, all in one. Yeah, that much power. Knowledge as power. So where does all this power come from? From knowledge. An Ayatollah is seen as someone who truly understands God's will. He studies the Quran, Islamic law, ethics, and philosophy, often for decades, sometimes a lifetime. And that gives him something rare these days: legitimacy. People follow an Ayatollah not just because they must, but because they believe he carries divine truth. And in a world where faith and politics walk side by side, that's more powerful than any army. Now, if the Ayatollah is both the spiritual and political guide for millions, what happens when that power is challenged? Or better yet, what happens when another Ayatollah rises with different ideas? Well, that's a story filled with conflict, conspiracy, and maybe even a revolution within a revolution. But that, of course, is for another video.